guys, fought a hard fight and played well against the Packers. How do you build on that and the importance of getting back in the win column when you guys face the Jets?
Yeah, I mean, obviously on the offense, got to keep that momentum going the way that we finished that game. All those drives from the second half, carrying in overtime. Obviously, we want to score there, but there's a lot of good. We got to make sure on offense we come out and we start fast, something that we didn't do last week and we didn't do the week before. So that's the importance this week, and we know if we can do that, we can get in that rhythm and we can keep going. And defense is obviously going to make some plays, help us out, and get a good complimentary win on the road.
Dak, obviously a long season. How long does it take for you guys to really figure out who you guys are as a team for each individual year?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say somewhere through this first quarter. I mean, I feel like we should have a great idea after this one. And then obviously in the next road one, another good road game next week. I think these two coming up, we should know exactly who we are after that. Get a good feel on this one, and then what was that, game 5, I guess, or 6? We should know exactly what we're capable of. We should know our strengths. We should know our weaknesses. We should be fixing the things that we need to fix to make sure that we're just getting better each week as we move forward.
Bill Parcells used to talk about the importance of demonstrated ability, and now that you've demonstrated on the field what you can do with GP, how important is that for you guys moving forward?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, I don't think that was any surprise to either of us or any of these guys in the locker room who's watched us from the spring practice and attack the defense. But it definitely was a show, right, for the rest of the league and put them on notice. So it's about continuing to build and understanding when C comes back that you've just got another big-time weapon. They got 2 ones and guys that you can move around, guys that you can trust in different positions. You can trust on dang near any route. And, we just got to make sure that we build from last week, and we're only getting better this week.
You're averaging 43 pass attempts a game, which is the most in the league, understanding you play 2 overtime games. But Shotty said this isn't really by design the way you want to play on offense, but you've kind of been forced to play that way. How do you view that, having the ball and playing such a bigger role than anticipated in the quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm so focused on one play at a time usually when I'm during the game or that drive, that series, just trying to pick the momentum or something that I can get an advantage on that honestly I hadn't even noticed when we finished these games that it's been 40-plus attempts. So it's just about just doing my job and whatever it takes at that time, whether it's handing it off, play action, screens, understanding the down and distance and checking it down. I think being smart with the ball always makes a coordinator feel comfortable with calling another shot, right, when you're not always taking them and you're being calculated on when you want to. So that's probably a part of also, a couple of more passes being thrown in that way, as you said, just the way the game's been played. But whatever they need me to do, I'll do.
Dak, went back to your Mississippi State days to see what your tight ends did there, and I don't think a guy ever caught more than 30 balls. When did you realize?
Gus Wally? He ain't Gus didn't?
Gus did?
He had a touchdown, though. Oh, yeah, Malcolm Johnson, 2-3. He's nice. Yeah. Played in the NFL.
But when did you realize how friendly a tight end is?
Don't do the dogs like that. Sorry, don't do us like that.
When did you realize how friendly a tight end can be for you when you got here?
Yeah, rookie, I mean, honestly, I could say in college, honestly, Malcolm Johnson, I mean, was a teammate of mine before Gus when I was a young player who was very, very consistent, had great hands. And maybe they had him listed as an F a lot of the time, so he wasn't, a tight end, but very consistent player, always getting open in the middle. You can run option routes with him. And then obviously when I showed up here and Jason Witten is the tight end in the room, when play calls are named after him, when the option concept is the first route in the book that's taught by Jason Witten, you understand how valuable a good tight end can be that knows his responsibility. And I think that's a big part of Jake's success is he knows his responsibility, he knows where he needs to be, why he needs to do it. We're on the same page and we're always communicating. There's zones and there's tough windows that we're trying to get the ball into that if we're not on the same page, you don't feel comfortable throwing it. But I do when you have a guy like that.
Is the yards per catch for Jake a result of what the defenses are not allowing you to do at this point? A little bit with Jake, it's what, 7 yards, whatever it is per catch from. Or does that even matter much?
No, it doesn't matter at all. I think it doesn't matter at all to me. I think it's completions. I'm sure some of the check downs, right, are going to skew his numbers at that, right? So, just the way that we're being played. I mean, I know everybody wants to see the seam ball to Ferg. It's going to come in the right defense in the right time when they give us that look and that play calls happens. So, just part of it right now.
How well are you seeing the game right now?
Pretty good. I mean, just the way I want to see it. I mean, it's just, as I've said before over and over, just the experience paying off on top of the film study and my preparations, and then just the clear communication and what a play's being not only called for, but what that play's being designed for and how we feel like getting attack this or attack that. I think it's just a result of me knowing all of that and putting it all together and feeling good out there, yeah.
Yeah, people saying they've never seen you play better. I don't know if you look at it that way. Are you playing the best you've ever played? Are you as confident as you've ever been?
For sure, as confident as I've ever been. Yeah, I would say I am, and I think just going right off of the heels of the experience. I think that's why. Every year I feel like I've gotten better and making strides in every part of my game. I know sometimes the numbers and things don't always show that, but I think right now that they are, and just part of, as I said, the play caller, coordinator, and it helps when you've got talent outside. When you've got guys like CD, George, Ferg, as we're talking about, and you've got a great run game. So also just a product of those other 10 guys or whoever's in there doing their job.
There you go. Expand upon that run game because it feels like defenses are having to play you honest now because of what Javonte.
Yeah, for sure. That's what only thing you can ask for as a quarterback is being able to hand it off and turn around and know you went and got 3, 4, 5 yards, if not more sometimes, and that just keeps you ahead of the chains. That allows me to take the checkdowns. That allows me to take whatever throw is open without having to try to force something or, we're in second and long, I need to get most of this back. And I don't have those thought processes when you have the run game we do and the success that we're having. So I was just about continuing to build on that.
Given the high volume of passes you have this year, how comfortable are you with kind of the whole offense in your hands like that, leading the league in pass attempts?
Great. I'll throw for 60 times a game if they want me to. I hope I don't have to. That means the run game's not working. So whatever they need me to do, I'll do. I feel, as I've said before, I feel as confident, feel like I'm playing the best. I've got all ownership, I guess you could say, in this offense, whether it's getting into another play or getting out of a certain play. So for me, it's just about continuing to build and not complacent at all with 4 games.
Does your leadership extend to the defensive side of the ball? You're first in the NFL in offense, 32nd in defense, won 1 game. What's your message to those guys as you interact with them?
Yeah, really just about trusting each other and making sure that they're communicating, understanding that such a team game that all 11 just have to be on the same page. And if you're on the same page, you've got a chance, even if it's not the right page, to be honest with you. So for me, just as the leader, this guy in the locker room, not truly knowing their X's and O's or being able to, call a guy out or hold him accountable for this coverage or that blitz or whatever it may be, it's just providing encouragement, to their spirit and just to their optimism of staying positive and understanding that it's going to pay off. You watch those guys play; they run to the ball, they're getting that ball moving. There's going to be some fumbles and the turnovers and things are going to start happening, and when they do, it'll be a different story.
I'm going to leave it right there. What's up, good people and Eagle fans, and oh my God, 40 Winer fans, the Bang Bang Niner gangs. Boy, they are happy as can be. Hope everybody's having a great Friday. It is week number 5 in the NFL season, and shit is just crazy, man. We've got injuries galore. We got the New York stinking Jets, where we've got Brian Schottenheimer returning to his former team where he was offensive coordinator for, I believe, 5 years, where he took butt fumble. That's right, the official butt fumble coach, offensive coordinator, who took them to not one but back-to-back AFC championship games. But before we get to everything, let's say hello to all the lovely ladies in the place. I see Roland's Review. What's up, Roland? You know I love Lady Libra. Shout out to Lady Libra. Double dipping on both channels. And there's Holly, who's piercing them haters. Holly Pierce. What's up, Holly? There's Jeff Lee. My name is Jeff. There's Chris May, Retro Sports, as well as Instrumental Guitar Guy. We've got, let's see, who else do we have up in here? We got Logan Motorsports. Shout out to Logan. Jess, what's up, Jesse? We got Jesse, we got Nick J. Everybody's in here trolling. Philly D, shout out to Philly D with the super chat early. Appreciate that. We got C Mill, looks like he's in love. See, there's always one jackass. Oh shit! There's always one jackass in the mix here, right? Yeah. Oh, he's in love with Dak Prescott. You know what? I'm glad he's my quarterback. I tell you that. Because you know what? My quarterback is averaging 283 yards a game. Or no, I'm sorry, 279. Because I'll get told you're exaggerating his statistic. What's your guy doing? Did your guy complete a pass in the second half of the game last week?
Oh shit! Oh shit!
They ain't asking much from him. They ain't asking much from him like my quarterback here, okay? He's one of the best running back quarterbacks in football. Let's see. Holly Pierce, we got you. Logan Motorsports. Jess, Nick J. I think we got everybody up in here. After the love is gone, oh, my God. Dirty Sanchez. Shout out to Dirty Sanchez. Jimbo's in the house. And everybody, I hope everybody's doing good. Before we get deep in, we got to take care of Sleeper.
Sleeper is the number one fantasy.
The heck?
Pays to know.
Okay.
Less on top players.
I don't
Pick
know.
Is on us.
I don't.
So start winning now. Play
I
in
don't know
Texas,
what happened
Georgia.
on that one. Let's try that again.
Sleeper is the number one fantasy sports app. It pays to know sports. Pick more or less on top players. Your first pick is on us, so start winning now. Play in Texas, Georgia, Minnesota, and 27 more states. Pick anytime across all sports, pregame or live. Over 10 million players are already on Sleeper. Make your picks count. Score up to 1,000 times your cash. Join today. Get up to $100 credit using code JOBO. Call your shot on Sleeper. Download now.
Poor Mark. Wait, whoa. Dibbin. I don't recognize you in here. Okay. Poor Mark. Why you say poor Mark? Poor Mark. Now, I can't. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a billionaire or multi-millionaire or anything like that. But poor Mark. I have to say, I am one of the richest people out there. Because when I see great people like Miss Gibson in the house, when I have people like Holly Pierce who just sends me an email just to check on me and my wife to see how I'm doing, when I've got great people like Jess, who even though he is a New York Giant fan, is out there looking for hot sauce from me, from Puerto Rico. Okay? I mean, how can I be poor when I have so many people that care about me? You know what's really great? I got to say this. You know what's really great about doing YouTube? First of all, I can't believe that I've been doing YouTube now since 2016, when I got my first 1,000 subscribers, that I've been literally doing these live streams Monday and Friday nights since about 2017 or so. That's a long time. But the great thing about there is I've put myself out there. And because I put myself out there, I have some incredible, wonderful people who truly, genuinely care about me, and I have lifelong friends. So poor Mark, bro, you know something? You can have all the money in the world, but you can't take that with you, bro. You know what? There's so many people out there that are chasing money their whole life that they miss what's really important, and that is those relationships that you have with people. I don't like the Giants. I can't stand losing to them, although it's been quite a while since Dak Prescott's lost to them. I can't stand the Commanders or the Eagles. But I tell you what, Philly D, Logan Motorsports, Jess out there, Momo, those are my friends that are like family. So don't feel bad for me. Now, that's what this channel has actually built, are some great fans and friendships and things like that. And, we come really more than hang out more than anything else. I can't say that about every channel out there, so don't feel bad about me. So a couple of things that are really good. I smell a rodent. What rodent? Okay. Dan, yes, and again, so teach Mark nothing poor about enjoying life. I'm serious. I couldn't be happier than having that incredible woman who we've been together for 23 years, and I've known her since 1984. 1984. There's no other woman I'd rather be with. Not a single one. Even when, even when she nagging, even when she, it's stupid stuff. It's like, God, I hate you, but I love you, though. I love you to death, and I'll probably be the one to kill you. Okay, I'm kidding. That's jokes, okay? Oh, I'm sure my buddy out there will be more than happy to go ahead and put that one out there and say that Mark's threatening Tracy. But anyway, Here's things that I actually have to say I like. Does it seem like, this is a real question to you guys, does it now seem like Micah Parsons is in the rearview mirror? That we've passed that the talk of Micah Parsons is now dying down? Doesn't it feel like that? That, we're not hearing everybody talking about how stupid the Cowboys are, about trading Micah Parsons, that the Green Bay Packers are Super Bowl bound and we're the laughingstock of the NFL? Doesn't it feel like we've moved on past that? That we're not getting constantly I'd actually, it's less to talk about content-wise. We had so much, and I have to say that the day that Micah Parsons was traded, that I ended up drunk on the bathroom floor. That's right. I'm not too ashamed to admit that I drank too damn much and have not been drinking since then. I really have just kind of, I think I've had one drink since that time, and I probably won't be drinking too much more this season because that was just a bad experience. Now, that was a big day for the channel, but I'm actually glad that that's gone off. Now, I paid Dak Prescott there. Make no bones about it. Dak Prescott, it is his team. It is his team. He is the leader. He is the guy in the room. The question will the Cowboys try and take advantage of this? Now, when we ended up hiring, or I should say when they ended up hiring Brian Schottenheimer, people laughed, oh my God, the Cowboys. They didn't look outside the building. They didn't talk to the hot coordinators. Well, I'm going to tell you, those hot coordinators, they can be ass too. Does anybody out there feel like Kellen Moore's doing an excellent job there in New Orleans right now? That team's doing great? The team we're playing this weekend with Aaron Glenn, does that look like that coordinator's hot? Now, I will say that, of course, the Bears did beat us. That was kind of that was kind of raw, what they did to us. But the thing is Brian Schottenheimer's already being tested with, first of all, the whole Micah Parsons situation, and him being traded, and of course the Cowboys looked upon as stupid. You're just a puppet. But I'm going to say that he's got actually a lot more power, and I think we got a new member. Oh shit! Did we get a new member? Who did we get? Who is our new member? Who's the new member? Holly, you gifted one. Oh shit, Holly. Who did you gift the membership to? I don't see it. Why don't I see it, Holly? Holly gifted one membership, but I don't see it up on here to who you gifted it to. Shout out to Holly. I appreciate you, Holly. And put in the comments who you gifted it to, because it's not showing up on this end. But Schottenheimer's been tested with the whole Micah Parsons situation and all the questions of him coming to town and things. And I dare say that he's had a good response with it. He didn't, falter in his belief of what they should be doing with the team. And in the end, from when it looked like a terrible move, it doesn't look quite as bad right now. And maybe in the end, to Garrett, shout out Garrett, make sure you email me cowboysmark94@gmail so I can send you a shot glass and a squeeze star, because the Cowboys will make you drink. And they will stress you out, and you'll need both of them. Appreciate that. Shout out to Holly Pierce. We just love you so much. But he was tested with that situation, and he's definitely being tested right now with Everfuss's defense. Now, not all of his Everfuss, because you've had Diggs coming back from injury. That goes back to the Joneses, where we kept saying, you need to cover yourself in case he's not ready, and he's still recovering. And then you get Deron Bland hurt. You got Ceylon Carson hurt. And your linebackers, as much as we go to training camp, we tell you, oh, man, Jack Sanborn, man, he's like Brian Urlacher. And Kenneth Murray, man, he was a team leader. Yeah, man, guy's a great leader. Great leader. And then you got the zone defense. Now, here's where it's interesting, because the Cowboys cupboard's bare on defense. And here it was, they benched Diggs to start the game. And apparently that was Brian Schottenheimer's decision. Head coach Brian Schottenheimer said that he had a conversation with cornerback Diggs, and they agreed to disagree on some things that Diggs brought to the table ahead of last week's game. He didn't start last Sunday, and Schottenheimer's decision, and Diggs respected that. Mark, how many TDs will Justin Fields have? I'm going to say 2. I'm actually going to say that, here's the funny thing. See, I know 49er fans, man, I know you're riding high right now because Sean McVay's an idiot. I'm just sitting there trying to understand how it was after they fumbled where they would have gotten the go-ahead touchdown. After they fumbled that and had the opportunity, why they didn't kick the field goal for the tie. First of all, because your boy, Mac Jones, dude, looked so out of it. He didn't look like he was going to be able to do jack crap. Okay, he pulled literally the star. Shout out to the star for the super chat. Appreciate that, man. I'm going to be real with you, man. I got 49er fan that emailed me this morning. It's return of the Mac. We got Mac Jones, man. Take that. He's better than Dak Prescott.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
I think he ended up sending an email from Leo's house because he must have been smoking some good shit there. Okay? He must have been smoking. Mark, I looked at the James. I didn't see an email from you. When did you send an email? At least not today. Not today. When did you send it? Dan, we need a win. You ain't lying. We need a win. I'm going to try to get my shirt. You're going to try and get your shirt. Do I owe you a shirt, Philly D? Did you win one and I didn't get it? Because I missed stuff. Dan 95, I hope he is. Dax 9,000. 420. Okay. I don't want the Eagles to get Trey Henderson. No, I don't want him to get him either. Jay Smooth, Dick said yesterday the zone defense is not working. Jay, that was going to be the next thing that I was going to bring up about Diggs. That he is literally, he's literally like, bro, I ain't never been a zone guy. I'm lost. He's like, it's you know what the hardest thing about being married is? I like to try and put analogies out there. Okay, every guy out here knows exactly what I'm talking about when I say this. Okay? The hardest thing in my marriage to deal with is, what do you want for dinner? And I'm like, baby, I'll fix you whatever you want. You tell me what you want for dinner. You want some chicken soup? I'll make you some chicken soup. You want steak? You want tacos? You want lasagna? Just tell me what you want. I don't know. I just need you to tell me what you want, okay? And see, that's what Diggs is like. Playing zone defense is, I got this spot, but I got to take whatever comes. Diggs wants to say, that's the guy I got to cover. That's the guy I need to make sure doesn't get the ball. And that's like for me. It's like, I don't care what you want me to cook for dinner. If I don't know how to cook it, I'll figure it out and I'll be able to make it. Just tell me what I need to do. Don't leave me out here guessing. You know what I'm saying? Say, look up Mike Fisher real quick. Mark, still controversy with A.J. Brown in Philadelphia. Uh-oh, did something new happen, Jess? We have TO2. Uh-oh. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
You know what? I've been so busy today. I'm working on trying to get this house together. I got the plumbing rough-ins and electrical rough-ins, and tomorrow start actually hanging the drywall and stuff. So today I was late. I'm going to be real with you. I did not keep up with a lot of stuff that's going on. So tell me what's happening with A.J. Brown. But you say, look up Mike Fisher. Let me look up Mike Fisher because I miss stuff. I'm not going to lie to you. Mike Fisher. So you can kind of give me a hint on what we're talking about here. Why did Mike Fisher and me follow each other? Let's see. You can win a jersey. Bet US. He's doing Bet US. Custom sign-up link. Bet US. Okay, next 2 weeks are critical. What am I looking for with Mike Fisher? Plans to evacuate. Okay, Jaden Blue, I was going to talk about that in a minute. Okay, so I'm looking. I don't see anything that I wasn't going to get to. Philly D, I live here in Philadelphia. Okay, so since we did just pop up with Jaden Blue, before the season started, told you to get a job. Fisher told me to get a job. Hey, Philly D, I have to tell you that this is actually a job.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Would you believe that my daughter has been a YouTuber for 16 years as a career? So by definition, she makes money, she pays taxes, she pays for her bills from YouTube, so it's a job, right? And I'll be real with you, the amount of work that goes into doing this, I was on live for 15 hours last week, straight, 15 hours. Do you know, when I do my morning video, I spend about an hour to an hour and a half just doing my research to set that thing up and then record it. So what do you mean it's not a job? What do you mean it's not a job? The abuse that you take, the answering the emails, the seeing the comments, the lives, man, you do a whole lot of work without a whole lot of money out of it, bro. Okay? And just in any job, anything that pays you more than 5 cents is a job. But be that as it may. Mark, Philly D is not talking about you. Oh, okay. I thought you said, Mark, get a job. Okay. Giants lose Nevers for the year's team is horrible, so here comes AJ rumors. Oh, trading him to New York? Oh, shit.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Well, it's not like they use him. It's serious. It's not like they use him. Hey, Mark Holmes, I heard Mozzie Smith's going to get cut by the end of the season. Jay Smoove, well, yeah, after the end of this year, then it doesn't cost you any money. So it's kind of like you could have cut him this year, but it's going to cost you as much as you would pay him. So you would say, why cut him if I still have to pay him the same amount? I can at least keep him in there and use him as a role, at least until, or possibly trade bait. Right? D'Angelo Cranston, sup, Hallie? So it doesn't make any sense to cut a guy that you're going to end up having to pay him right now anyway. And I'm still not ready to give up completely on him. And because if it was just, here's the thing I would say. If it was just Mozzie Smith was the only one who was playing bad on our defense, I'd say, yeah, cut him. But there's so many guys that aren't playing good. Once you get past Osa Odighizuwa, Clark, and Solomon Thomas, who you look at and say, that guy's playing outstanding on the defense? Who? James Snyder was trying to tell you that Fish said Emerson Walls and Too Tall going to. Okay, or they're going. Well, here's, if they found. Okay, did they finally? There's 5 players, because actually that's one of the things I want to talk about, because I wanted to. I want to shed light to some of the greats, because see, a lot of y'all don't understand what it was used to be like as a Dallas Cowboy fan. And so I can go ahead and actually give you my actual highlight on this. Now, did he say that they've already been the senior class? They've already said they're going to go in? Because that's how Drew Pearson got in. But you got Harvey Martin, you got Emerson Walls in there, you got Leroy Jordan, and who else am I missing? I'm missing 2 more. But the one I wanted to talk about was this guy, Harvey Martin, because Harvey Martin, y'all don't understand. watching this defense right now, I grew up on a Dallas Cowboys defense that was incredible. That they literally, when they said doomsday defense, that's exactly what they meant. Now, a lot of y'all will look at somebody like D-Law and say, man, D-Law was great, man. He should be in the Ring of Honor. Man, I tell you what, they didn't count sacks as a legitimate statistic until 1983. But they went back and they calculated the amount of sacks that Harvey Martin had, and he had 114 in 11 seasons. And most of those years were only 14-game seasons. We're talking about a guy who averaged 10 sacks a year. We're talking about a guy who was a four-time Pro Bowler, AP All-Pro twice, All-Pro second twice, Defensive Player of the Year. He was everything. And I want to show you a clip. We're going to watch a clip because I want y'all to understand what football used to be like. It wasn't this namby-pamby shit that you see now.
Pursuing headhunting defensive end from East Texas State. Martin. Unknown and overlooked, Martin, number 79, was a sensation in his rookie.
Take a look at him.
Doubters who predicted this media would burn out the second time around soon squirmed with every quarterback Martin blew away.
Martin dies. I remember those posters.
The Cowboys' most dominating player was Harvey Martin, who was voted the NFL's Defensive Player of the Year, an honor achieved over the fallen bodies of offensive linemen and quarterbacks.
God, we could use a Harvey Martin. Boom! Look at that shit. That shit hurt. Boom! Yeah, all of those would have been unnecessary roughness today.
23 times, a Cowboy record, and his individual sack total numbered more than 4 NFL teams. Number 79 had various
old music, man.
To defeat blocking patterns. The simplest of all was making a beeline to the ball.
Look at that shit. Damn.
If I can't block him, I'll do anything to stop him, was the lineman's motto.
Look at that. He clubbed a man. Oh, shit. Look.
Since nobody could contain Harvey one-on-one, teams decided to double-team him. Working side by side, Martin and White
That
used
defense.
a variety
God.
of stunts to open up a lane to the quarterback. Here, Randy, by tying up 3 Eagle blockers, allows Harvey an uncontested shot at Ron Jaworski.
Oh, come here.
In unison, they were awesome,
Boom.
as Martin made All-Pro and White the Pro Bowl.
Getting into it right now. Johnson under pressure.
Boom.
Tampa Bay recovers at the 19.
This, my friends, was football.
He's going to fake a play-action pass. Now watch him fake to the tailback. See that? Just a token fake. He's looking there in double coverage, and Dutton is coming around. Now Riley. Randy Grimes.
Guys, that, my friend, was football. And so what's happened is they have the senior players. And see, that's how Drew Pearson finally got in, because he kept getting passed up with the regular way. And so they've got the seniors down to, I think, 106. So there's Emerson Walls, there's Harvey Martin, there's Ed Too Tall Jones. How those two guys are not in the Pro Football Hall of Fame right now, I don't understand it. I don't understand it, because we're talking about, two of the damn greatest Dallas Cowboys out there. And Don Meredith, okay? Now, Don Meredith, I'm not sure that Don Meredith is going to end up making the Hall of Fame, but he's one of the senior candidates, and it's great to be there. But Emerson Walls definitely should be a Hall of Famer. Harvey Martin and Ed Too Tall Jones. The problem for the Cowboys is you got so many guys that are already in there on the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Darren Woodson should be in the Hall of Fame as well. But, it's kind of like you can't just keep putting Cowboys and Cowboys and Cowboys, and everybody else is just like it's a popularity contest. But that's what screws some of the players out there. You guys don't understand how great the defenses were. Roger Staubach was incredible. Tony Dorsett, game changer. Just like Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith. But guess what? We ain't got that kind of defense these days, guys. We ain't got the 90s defense. We got the Swiss cheese. No, let me correct that. I'd be happy for the Swiss cheese one, because they probably get more stops than what we're getting on our defense. Do you guys realize we are 32nd in defense? We're giving up 33 freaking points a game. 33 points a game. Do you think the Eagles would be 4-0 if their defense was giving up 33 points a game? You're not. And that's why it is a disgrace for every one of those guys on that defense wearing a freaking star when you see what those guys used to do. John Jones, you hit quarterbacks like that. Oh, bro. John, here's the thing. You go back and you watch those games, old clips, every other play would have been an unnecessary roughness and a flag. That was when football was football. And the thing is, here's the thing that's kind of crazy is I don't remember as many catastrophic injuries as we have today. Those guys, bro, they knocked the shit out of you. Wide receivers, it wasn't, illegal con. Oh, you can't touch the receiver. Oh, it's illegal. Man, they were getting molested going down the road. I mean, down every pass they were getting beat up. Literally, chuck shotted. You were talking about Deacon Jones had the good old head slap. He'd knock the shit out of you in the head and get past you. Guys with clothesline mother humpers coming through there. That's where I look at this stuff today and say, you guys are soft. This bullshit of, 14 padded practices at training camp. Bro, you had 14 padded practices in 1 week at training camp, and you had like 6 weeks to that shit. That's why these guys can't tackle. That's why these guys are getting all these soft tissue injuries, because they're soft. And that's what I miss about football. Now, the Dallas Cowboys, you got me off track there, because I thought y'all were telling me that Mike Fisher said they're in. Well, hopefully they get in. They deserve to be in. When you look at the numbers, Harvey Martin, if you actually count his sacks, is number 2 all-time in sacks on the Dallas Cowboys. Number 2. Yeah. And we're talking about a guy who had success in playoffs and Super Bowls. So, yeah, those guys deserve the love. I hope Fuss changes and shows different looks this week. We're getting to the point where I don't know, man. I had hope for the defense, and some of it is he doesn't have the players that he needs for what he's doing. The star, Mark, the games are going. Are you? You know what? I'm this close. I got to talk to him some more to go into the game on Sunday.
Oh shit! shit! Oh shit!
I'm serious. My boy, my buddy, Game Time Brian, he sent me a text message and said, "Hey, you want to go to the game Sunday?" And I was like,
Oh shit! Oh shit!
"The Jets game?" And I was like, "Well, I ain't got to fly. I mean, it's about a 6-hour drive from here." And I said, what's going on? He said, "Man, the ticket prices for that are dropping like a rock." And he said you can get a couple of tickets lower level for like $250. And I was like,
Oh shit! Oh shit!
it's like, well, I've been at MetLife when it's cold. I was like, I need to leave like tomorrow evening. I said, maybe I could go ahead and like do my live stream on the road on my way driving to Game Time Brian's house. So I got to talk to him and see. He said, "Hey, Brian, is that still on?" Kid Cowboy, they don't build them like that anymore. You're right about that. Mark Holmes, Dubbins disappear. You scared. Oh, but Frank's not around? Frank's not. Oh. You know what's funny? Just leave Frank alone. Leave him alone. You know what's funny is, he always talks about me stealing. If you were taking every video you take is a clip of me, isn't that pot calling the kettle black? Ain't you stealing all my content?
Oh shit! Oh shit!
You know what? I actually challenge him to come out from behind the shadows. Come out from behind the shadows. You want to be a YouTuber? Hey, it'll make you. I tell you what. I can make you a star. I can definitely make everybody know who you are. Keep pushing, buddy. Keep pushing. Yeah, you're right, Derek. Fire this strength and conditioning staff. I've got, Alan, you bring up a great point there, because remember at the beginning of last offseason, the NFLPA did like a questionnaire on the players, on the ownership, the coaching staff, the training facilities, the training staff, weight room, training room and all that. And throw the red flag. I challenge you. Okay. What the heck? What the heck happened there? Okay. When they filled it out, the Cowboys, surprisingly, Mike McCarthy got high grades. The facility got great grades. What didn't get good grades was the training room. Those were the lowest ones. And it makes you, are those guys good or not? Is there a problem with the? Okay, why is my CPU up so high today? Okay, let me close a few things here. Okay, for some reason, I'm freezing up here. We've got technical difficulties. Hey, Holly, I didn't hear what you said earlier about the Rangers hiring. Okay, I don't care about baseball. His postseason performance didn't get great grades, laugh out loud. Whose postseason performances are we talking about? Purdy might have to come back before that. I don't know if Mac can beat the Bucks. I'll reconsider it. I tell you what, Nick, you might have a quarterback controversy. If Brock Purdy comes back and he's still playing kind of ass, people are going to start calling for Mac Jones. See, that's the thing that's funny is, and we've had this situation here with the Cowboys where the most popular person is the backup quarterback. Yeah, the backup quarterback. Why is my CPU is using 95%? That's what the problem is. What the heck is going on? Hold on, let me shut down a few things. Okay. All right, so I've kind of gotten way off track now of everything. So here's where, when I heard this, I'm just like, this generation, man. So you have to understand, you saw what Harvey Martin was. They got dirty, okay? You played on like grass fields and in mud and shit like that, right? But now you see players out there wearing these big gold chains and shit and wearing earrings and things, right? And it's kind of like, are you there to make a fashion statement? Or are you here to play football? Because we've taken football and we've kind of, I guess you got my email. I'm not sure, James, I don't, if it's today, I didn't see one from you today. I have to go back through, and I'm behind on emails. And I got to send out like the prizes from Sunday and things like that. I got a shirt for Paula Bettis has to go out. I got to get my buddy, I got to get the 2 shirts for him out tomorrow. I've just been kind of crazy. It's just been crazy, all the stuff I had to do. But our players today, it seems like, I don't know what it is. I don't understand what it is with these players. So we had Jaden Blue, who we first heard that he was having some issues with, they said that he was kind of lazy, who wasn't putting in the time with the books and everything else, right? What is going on with my CPU? I may need to reboot my system because it keeps freezing up on me over here, and I'm seeing it's using up 98%. So something's not right on it. Hopefully I can get through the rest of this before it crashes on me, but something is not right. Maybe it's Frank hacking me. Mark, they want the bag, not the money. Okay, so Jaden Blue shows up with Louis Vuitton Nikes. What the? I was like, Louis Vuitton Nikes? What the hell is that? Designer shoes? Nothing says soft and entitled rich kids than freaking Louis Vuitton shoes. Is that, I'm sorry, Nikes, is that really necessary? That you got to go to practice wearing Louis Vuitton shoes? Can somebody explain that to me? Because I don't understand that shit. Freaking Louis Vuitton freaking shoes. And so they look good. But apparently they don't feel good.
Impressive. You up close, I tell you, you look marvelous, darling. Thank you very much. It's fabulous, and for me, I would rather look good than to feel good, and you know who you are. George.
It is better to look good than to feel good. That's Jaden Blue, because what happened is he started getting blisters on his damn feet from these sorry-ass shoes. His designer shoes started putting blisters on his feet. And halfway through, he had to take the damn shoes off. Can somebody explain that shit to me? Seriously. You are trying to get out. What? Hey, I'm going to finally be on the active roster. Let me put on my Louis Vuitton shoes so I can look good out there. Bro. They're crap shoes. Now you're putting blisters on your feet before you finally get a chance to play. I'm sorry. Spoken like somebody who does not believe. Jess, oh my God, Jess, you ain't lying. Because you know what's funny is my daughter was doing some videos where she got some bags. I think it were Louis Vuitton bags that this Chinese company sent her the Louis Vuitton bags that they make for Louis Vuitton. And she had a real Louis Vuitton bag and did a comparison of the two. and they were exactly the same zippers, and they were exactly the same one. So it's like, yeah, the Chinese are making that shit for Louis Vuitton, shipping that shit to Italy, and they're putting a stamp on it saying made in Italy. But it's not. It's made in freaking China. And that video was going crazy until finally she ended up getting like a cease and desist from Louis Vuitton. It's like, you can't let our secret out. We're going to sue you. Tay Cowboys in the house. So, yeah, Jaden Blue. I want to hear from him before he finally gets his
At the beginning
opportunity.
of practice, and then all of a sudden it just started hurting, and I had to take them off. Man, it was bad, but Coach Shotty and them was joking, with me yesterday about it, but I'm good.
Hey, I assume you're gonna wear those on game day.
Now I have some other custom ones that's white and silver that I wear.
But not Louis?
Nah, not at all.
How do you feel about chipping in the return game with Kevontae Turpin dealing with some injury?
I feel good. I've been working, back there, since I've been here. So I'm very confident in, my ability to be able to return the ball and, the game plan that, Coach Nick has. So, I'm very confident. I'm ready.
How tough has it been to watch these 4 games from the sideline?
With, the love for the game that I have, it's been tough, not being able to be out there and play, but it's also, been fun, seeing the other guys, have fun and do what they do. So, it's been a blessing to be able to watch the older guys and, the vets that have been doing it for a minute.
What did you learn from those older guys?
Man, just, how to be a pro. They do it, for instance, like Devontae and, my other 2 older guys in the room, they do all the things right. They practice the right way, and those are 2 guys, that I talk to every day, and I'm very close with.
It's the longest stretch you haven't played since you organized football?
Absolutely, yeah. I think it has been. But, I think, like I said, man, it was, a part of the plan, and, I'm just excited that I, finally get to go out there and, showcase my skills.
Jay, what have Shotty, Clayton, and Derek told you as far as like just managing your nerves going into your debut, just to make sure that you don't try to do too much, but you're staying within your game?
Really, just to go out there and play football, man. They know I have talent. They know I know what I'm doing, and just go out there and have fun is the message they tell me. Don't go out there tight. Just go out there and and play the game the right way.
Coach Schottenheimer's talked about challenging your consistency. What does that look like week to week, and how do you feel like, what have you done to show him like that you can meet that challenge?
Just making sure that I'm, finishing the right way and practicing, practicing hard, staying in the playbook, and, just making sure that I'm, doing the small details right, so that I can be able to, perform at the highest level.
Was there like a moment in practice when you looked and saw like Shotty nodding, like you felt like you finally got over the hump with him in order to play?
Yeah, he talked to me maybe about 2 weeks ago, and let me know that, I needed to be a little more consistent because the talent level was there. So he just told me not to be more consistent, and, I was kind of seeing it for myself. So I just knew, in order for me to get on the field that I would have to, change some of the things that I did and, just practice a little harder.
Texas, Florida, how you feeling about it tomorrow?
Blowout. I really, I have a lot of trust in those guys up there and, what Coach Sark is building. So, I don't want to just, try to be cocky or anything, but I really think I think.
All right, so I'm sorry. For me, and maybe I'm just old, okay, but you're practicing in shoes, Louis Vuittons. He's like, oh no, I don't wear those for games. I got some silver and blue ones that are custom made. Why aren't you practicing in and breaking in the shoes that you would be wearing? Wouldn't that make more sense? You can wear one kind of shoe that literally is hurting your feet. Because I know when I put on some shoes and they ain't right, they hurt from the first moment I put on. I got to make a fashion statement. What the hell is this? What is going on with these young players these days? Walker Wade, the injury bug is getting ridiculous. You're right about that, Walker. The good news is, Walker, is that CD and Tyler Booker seem to be getting closer to return. They're not going to play this week, but they could be back next week. Tyler Guyton with the concussion, he's out. Kayvon Turpin is out. Man, but, Dak just keeps on rolling. They keep asking him for more and more and more and more, and he keeps on delivering. And to our Cowboys' credit, I got to say, Caden Adams is a stud. I don't think that guy is getting enough credit for literally taking bodies off the street and getting an offensive line together. When you sit here and think about Javonte Williams getting 5 yards a carry, and you got 3 offensive linemen that were out going against the Green Bay Packers, that's a freaking miracle. A lot of that, let me give credit where credit's due, because if you're talking about, these are the crazy stats that you get, nowadays, they break everything down. True pass stats. Now, I don't know how many times the Cowboys are in true pass sets, okay? It might only be like 10 or 15. But in true pass stats sets, the Cowboys pass blocking is 31st in the NFL. And you can see Dak Prescott, like that shot to Kayvon Turpin, there were 4 pressures. 4 guys got pressure on him. Stacey White in the house. And yet, he eluded. You saw him digging through that pocket and keeping his eyes downfield and making that play. And so, yeah, a lot of credit's got to go to Dak Prescott. But when you listen to Dak, when we started out here in the beginning with, everybody's saying, Dak's dialed in. Dak's better than he's ever been. I'm not sure. I just can't see it, Blue. Look, Mama's going to get sponsored by Louis Vuitton later that same Blue. F Louis Vuitton. Yeah, that's right, Holly Pierce. That was some dumb stuff. What does Louis Vuitton know about cleats, man? Jesse, Mark Scatterbo doesn't wear designer shoes, G-Men. Right. They go to work, man. They don't. Oh, I'm going to say, that's when I look at and say, you're soft. I got to wear my designer shoes. The hell is that shit? Oh, the hell is that shit? I'm glad they made it hurt his feet. Maybe it hurt enough that it knocked some sense into him. But Dak Prescott, the difference for Dak Prescott for this year and last year, bro, the Cowboys are one of 4 teams that have rushed for 100 yards each of the first 4 games. Only 4 other teams have done that. And when you can run the football, it makes life a lot easier for the quarterback. And having more than one legitimate target makes a difference. Having George Pickens, because when we lose CeeDee Lamb before, or CeeDee Lamb wasn't having a good game, when you're going to, Jalen Tolbert. See, look, I'm turning 60 next week. Dementia's setting in, man. I'm forgetting my shit. But when you had Jalen Tolbert as your number 2 last year, and a CeeDee Lamb that wasn't in shape, and you were rushing sometimes 65 yards for the game with an offensive line that was, like a sieve, yeah, your quarterback's not going to look very good. But now he's got a running game. He's got Jake Ferguson, who's catching everything and becoming the security blanket. He's got 2 guys that can go deep. And he has Kayvon Turpin, who's like a gadget guy from Inspector Gadget, although we got a bunch of those guys hurt right now. Hopefully the Cowboys can find a way to get a win. Louis Vuitton blisters the feet. Max Millie, you're right about that. Kid Cowboy, I don't know what's good is coming out of training in California. That's another thing that, you know what? I have to say, I said last year, I kind of hope that the Cowboys change up a little bit. As much as we like to see everything that's going on in training camp, I don't think it benefits the team or the perception, because we look at every day, everybody's a superstar. Every day we're seeing a great play by this guy, and all of a sudden, man, we think that Jaden Blue is Emmitt Smith. We think Jack Sanborn is Brian Urlacher, right? We see all these guys, oh my God, they look so good in training camp. And then we get them out on the field and we get thoroughly disappointed because they're not like what we thought they were. All righty, good people. as always, I want to say thank you all for being here and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. I'm whooped. My ass is tired. But don't forget, tomorrow, 5 o'clock Eastern, we have our members call-in show where if you are a member, we'll put the link in the community tab so you can join us. And for that certain buddy of mine out there,
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
Yeah, you know who you are, buddy. And you can keep pushing. And at some point, I'm going to say enough is enough. And I'm going to let everybody know who you are, like you've been doing with me. Holly Pierce, you know why the show's great, Holly? Because of all you great fans out here. Lady Libra joining us, Holly Pierce, Nick J, Dan Stan, Alan Williams, Alan Walker, all you great fans from all over the place. You know what's really cool is the fact that we got Eagle fans, Giant fans, 49er fans, Cowboy fans. I didn't see any Washington fans in here. And, of course, one cray-cray, and you know who you are, cray-cray, all in here getting along and having fun together. And that, my friends, is what the world is supposed to be about, those relationships. And one of those other seniors that is up for being in the Hall of Fame, Don Meredith, says goodnight.
The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over. And tomorrow and next year.
I forgot Packer fans, too.